Lost Valley. The Indian name for it is Slalachin. Our people's called it Slalachin.
My experience here has been really good. I like it up here. It's so nice up here. The water is good, the sleeping is nice. The trees. It's just like a place to get away from the world out here. We're just so far away from it, but still so close. I've been coming into here for about 3 years now. I've learned quite a bit since I've been coming out. It was tough coming in from the top, but it's doable.
Over the past few years, the Wilderness Committee has been pulling together big teams of volunteers to come back into these valleys, in particular Lost Valley and Melvin Creek, to help. So how it sort of works is that First Nations guides will take us back into these valleys, will relocate the ancient travel routes, and then the teams of volunteers from all over the world will come in and clear the brush away from the roots and flag them and mark the trees so that in the future it's really easy for First Nations people to come back and really accessible for them to bring youth back in a nice, safe, practical environment for just an amazing spiritual adventure.
So far, it's been like rocky, nice lakes that we've been to. Seen some marmots.
And just all out having a good experience here. That's one of the main reasons I'm here, is just to have the good experience, but going down that way. This is my first time up this side, so I'm actually looking forward to going down the trail. Go find it and mark it and hack through it and just go down to the bottom of the valley.
We climbed through Barkley Valley. We seen Melvin. We climbed up the mountain a bit higher. We were standing between Melvin, Barkley Valley, and Lost Valley. It's a nice view. I liked it. I want to live up here.
It's a place of honor. I was honored as a hunting ground up there. Only the honorable could go up there. Somebody that has the good heart to go up there and hunt.
They got to know these things. The trails, where their grandfathers used to go, their granduncles, whatever. They get to see it. There's the fresh air out there, peace of mind, away from the, what's going on down here. They get to know, they get up there, then they can unwind, rest, unwind, That's how I feel when I go out there. Get out there, even if it's just to the fish camp. I'll sit there and listen to the wind, listen to the water. These things they don't know unless they go up there, unless they go out there where they can hear the creek running, the breeze, all that. That's very important for boys and girls.
the trail in is just beautiful. Done a really lot of good work there. It's a very powerful place. The water sort of overpowers everything else.
This place is special because my ancestors came here. They came, they trained here, they hunted here, they picked berries up here. They've done a lot of stuff up here.
It's good for them to climb up there and go back in there, and they can see where their ancestors used to go. It's necessary that they go and see these things for themselves, you know. They go up in there, camp up in there. But if it's going to be logged out or anything, these later generations, kids here, they're not going to have a place to go.
You know, we at the Wilderness Committee were just stunned when we found out that Lost Valley, you know, the heart of the place, has been on the chopping block for years, and all of these approved cutting permits, forestry could blast roads in here at any moment. And Melvin Creek, just across the way, you know, huge ski resort development proposal. Again, in really both a magnificent ecological place, but also a magnificent spiritual place for First Nations people.
I don't like the ski resort idea or the logging of these trees here. It's one of our last places that have trees around here. Everywhere else is clear cut.
It would scare away a lot of the wildlife. And it probably, some of the populations up there would probably disappear. I mean, the goat population is just about extinct now, you know, and if they put a ski resort up there, they'd probably just kill off the rest of them.
Lost Valley is one of the last places where we can get our medicine, because all the other places all around it, it's all logged out.
I like it up here. I don't want it logged. Every time I see my land logged, it hurts inside. It hurts real bad.
See, the thing is that most of our land has been logged off or taken for BC Hydro or BC Rail, now CN Rail, and private property, so that there really isn't very much out there that hasn't been touched and basically altered. And from what I've seen, that valley is just, it's the way the Creator made it, and it's been left like that. And the people really need a place like that to get away from everything, from TVs and all the other distractions. They need a place to go and look within themselves and recharge the spirit. And hopefully this is what's going to happen, and it'll be saved for these purposes. And hopefully our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren will have this resource to look forward to and to have and to hold and to use.
We're looking at ecotourism as an opportunity for economic development for this community. And if we can take visitors, if we can take guests into an area like Lost Valley, they're going to have an experience there like they probably never had before. And that in turn translates into a few dollars into the pockets of people who are taking them out there, and it supports another economy, the spin-off economy, in order to be able to do that.
You know, when we talk about ecotourism, we talk about education and educating our youth and young adults in traditional and cultural ways is an important aspect as we look forward to our future generations and being able to maintain that connection to the land. And Lost Valley really offers that prime opportunity for us to do that because it is an intact environment, and you know, you've heard from the elders you know, what type of training took place in Lost Valley. So I think in addition to exposing that to the public, we want to be able to expose that to our children and our youth so that they can understand and appreciate our connection to the land and the resources, you know, what our ancestors did on the land.
This area is special to us because it's a spiritual place for some, it's a hunting grounds for others. I can see how it's used for traditional uses because my dreams are, I can remember all my dreams that I have up here.
The Indians see it as getting spoiled when people could get in there easy. I know when I went up to our hunting grounds up Bridge River Valley, I didn't like the looks. All the mountains going bald, getting logged out. I didn't want to see that place like that too. It really hits you in the heart when you see something like that.
Animals need a forest to live in. And this is our last valley that's never been touched, never been found till lately.
We're standing in the middle of one of 30 odd planned clear cuts in Lost Valley, and all of the clear cuts have been approved for logging, so they've gone through all of the bureaucratic processes, so there needs to be no more approval. Government can come in here and build a road in here and log anytime at their discretion. And what we're asking government to do is to effectively de-approve these blocks through a legislative process.
And where they flagged the road is where all the derelicts and the springs are. So, you know, that would devastate that part of the ecology. It's where the deer come down to have their babies. And that area there is where they overwinter.
What's going to happen to the wild creatures, the wild animals up in there? The bears, they come down here because they don't have nowhere to go hardly anymore. The other valley is logged out and everything. There's roads, railroad. And where are these creatures going to go? And then they go and cut down all the trees.
In the future, I'd like to see this the way it is. All the trees still here. I don't want to see no cut blocks, no logging trucks, no roads. I don't want that here. It's a spiritual place. We need it, and it needs us.
I'm quite involved with this place. It's become part of me. I've become a part of it. Up here, I just feel like there's nothing else out. Just like we're the only ones in the world up here.
Given the direction the government says they're going with reconciliation and opening up, you know, honest dialogue with First Nations people, and you see these proposals on the table in places like Lost Valley and Melvin Creek, which are spiritual centerpieces of First Nations culture, it really makes you wonder about the sincerity and the honesty of the government. Because if any place that they're going to take off the chopping block you'd expect it to be here.
We're still negotiating with the government because we're one of the non-treaty tribes, and none of us want anything to happen at all here until the government comes to some kind of agreement with us.
The law is leaning on our side. However, we're still faced with governments and companies that are utilizing draconian and archaic means to access areas in the territory. So the battle's far from over. We're still in the midst of determining which strategies will be utilized in the defense of Lost Valley. But thankfully, to a lot of public support, continued and growing support in the community, I think we're well on the way.
I think if we support all our chiefs that are now working on trying to save that area, save Lost Valley and Melvin Creek, if we all stand behind them, I'm pretty sure we will win.